Hello everyone, ARG back with some more Out of the Park Baseball 23. So, I need to find where I want to put my face. Oh, I know. Sorry about that. I'm gonna go ahead and change this here. I'm gonna do standings here so that people can see, and then my stupid face can cover the inbox because who cares? I read the news anyway. Alright, so last time out, so yeah, my last two streams slash videos were really a 4-game series against the Phillies that I've split in two, and things didn't go all that well. Now the Phillies is one of the teams that we're trying to catch, as you can see on the screen. And we dropped 3 out of 4 games total. So now we're 9 games behind on the Braves. We're kind of far. We do have a little bit of a shot at maybe the wild card. We're 7 games behind on that. Even then, that's going to be kind of difficult. There's still, 2 months and a half worth of baseball to play. So if we can go back on a kind of a hot streak like we had at the start of the season, maybe we're going to be able to sneak in, but we're going to need to be able to regularly beat the teams that are ahead of us and not, dump in the shovel like we've done against the Phillies. Now, something that might happen is that we turn things around whenever Kirby Puckett comes back. Now, the other thing that's a little bit, not scary, but that we need to keep in mind is that, keep in mind, I am not the GM, right? I do not have any bearing whatsoever on what's happening with trades and everything. We're in the middle of July. Teams are starting to trade and everything. So we already traded manager favorite Johnny Knott to get Andy Hawkins. So yeah, I don't know that our GM is going to keep the team together. I hope he will. We have a winning record and everything, but I don't know. So we might be faced with challenges that we don't necessarily want. Let's just put it that way. But anyway. Alright, so today we have a 2-game series against the Cards. We're playing at home. Cards are 44 and 48. They are 11 games back in the wild card chase. Looks like we're going to be facing the lefty Alan Watson. It's going to be his first start of the season. He has not played so far, so hopefully we can, welcome him with, a lot of runs. And we're going to be sending Miguel Batista, who's been pretty much our most consistent starter, even more than Hideo Nomo. Batista's been really good. So really good bounce back season for him. I'm hoping for a strong start. We're going to try to build off of that win that we had in the last game of the 4-game series against the Phillies. So let's go ahead and play this game, and hopefully we sweep this short 2-game series here. I think I'm gonna. So I've been changing my lineup a lot. So I'm gonna try to just keep what I have. See what happens. The Cards are gonna go with Bernard Gilkey. Oh, I keep forgetting that. I'm so sorry. I want to check their injuries and everything. Oh, well, they don't have any. So there you go. Alright. Let's go back here. Alright, so now for real, let's get started. So the Cards are going to be sending Bernard Gilkey batting first. He's in right field. Rich Aurelia, the shortstop, is going to be batting second. Ray Langford in left field. Batting third, Cliff Lloyd, former Montreal Expos product, is going to be batting cleanup today. He's in center field. Chris Sabo, former Red, is going to be playing third base. He's batting fifth. Don Mattingly, former Yankee and former Expo, is going to be playing first base today. He's batting sixth. Aldo Pecorelli is going to be playing catcher. He's batting 7th. And Benji Gill, who was recently acquired by the Cards in my universe, is going to be batting 8th. He's their second baseman. And of course, Alan Watson, the pitcher, is going to be batting 9th. So since I'm facing a lefty today, my pitcher bats 8th. And it's Miguel Batista, and he has a home run this year. Alright, so let's go Expos and play ball. It is early. I'm drinking my morning coffee. Now, of course, if you're watching this on YouTube later, might not be early. I don't know about that. But anyway, alright, the game is now underway. Bernard Gilkey leading off this game against the Expos, and it's a 3-1 count here on Gilkey to get the game started. Oh, he tried to bunt, but he missed, so it's a full count now. And that's going to be a base hit to center to start the game for Bernard Gilkey and the Cards. Alright, so runner on first, nobody out for Rich Aurelia. 1-1 to him. Grounds it to second. And we only get the runner out at first on the play. Gilkey makes it to second base. So there's a runner in scoring position with 1 out now for Ray Langford. No count to him. The runner goes to third. There is no throw by Johnson. So now the Cards have a runner on third and only 1 out. So a deep fly ball somewhere should score a run. Hopefully that does not happen. Alright, 0-2 to Ray Langford. Grounds it to first. Oh, that's great. So the ball was hit hard enough at first. We get the out, and the runner cannot score. So now there's 2 outs. They need a base hit from Cliff Floyd, former product of the Expos here. 2-1. Grounds it to short, and that's going to be an infield single. The runner scores. Alright, so it is 1-0 for the Cards here at Olympic Stadium. And the inning is not over. Chris Sabo now with 2 outs, runner on first, no count. The runner goes, and he's safe. That's 34 stolen bases for Cliff Floyd. Hello, just into games. Kind of a challenge, yeah. Oh yeah? I'm kind of challenging myself, that is true. So did you redo the expansion draft, or are you just going with what they got? Alright, Chris Sabo still at the plate, 1-0. Oh, that's a bad pitch. So all of a sudden, Cliff Floyd is on third with 2 outs. 2-0. Another bad pitch. Dear God. Alright, talk about giving up a free run. It's 2-0 for the Cards. Gotcha. Yeah, I started my universe in 1991, so the Rockies, well, and the Marlins don't have like the real rosters that they did have. So that's kind of interesting, I think, in a way. Are you a Rockies fan in real life, or did you just pick them up just for the fun of it? All right, 3-0 to Sabo, and he walks. Gotcha. I was an Expos fan as a kid. Oh, yeah. Well, you gotta cheer for the local team, right? Alright, so runner on first, 2 outs for Don Mattingly now, 0-2. And that's a base hit to left. Alright. And apparently it scores a run. Alright, it is 3-0. Well, I'm originally from Quebec, so yeah, the Expos were the local team to us. I love the Expos. Alright, so it's a 3-0 spot already. That's not good. Runner on second base, 2 outs for Aldo Pecorelli. No count. That's a base hit to right. Jesus. After that, I praised how consistent Miguel Batista had been for us so far this season. He lets in a 4-run spot, and it's not over. So, how long have you been playing out of the park baseball altogether? I've been playing since version 9. Alright, Benji Gill now, 2 outs, runner on first, 0-1. Grounds it to second. And we finally get the last out here. We're already down 4-0. Oh, pretty good, pretty good. Alright, so Alan Watson for his first start of the season already gets a nice little cushion to start. A 4-run lead. We're in the bottom of the first. We're going to try to, you know, get some runs of our own here. The line with the Shields leading off the bottom of the first for us, 0-2. Awesome. I do play a lot as well. Although the last 2 years it's been on everything that I play is on stream, so yeah. Alright, so the Shields grounds out. Jeff King is next, 1-2. Struck out looking. Oh boy, I don't think we're gonna get 4 runs. Well, absolutely. Ruben Rivera is next, 2 outs now, 3-0 to him. That's a base hit to center. Alright, we'll take it. We have a runner on. Charles Johnson now, 2 outs, runner on first, full count. Grounds it to third, and he's out. Yeah, the man wasn't on for very long. Alright, so Alan Watson. Oh, Alan Watson has decent ratings for a pitcher. Now, don't get me wrong. 27 contact, 21 power is not great, but for a pitcher, that's actually pretty decent. So yeah, he could get on base here. Top of the second, we're going to try to shake off that horrible start. 2-1 to Watson. And we drilled him. There you go. Yeah, Batista might get replaced soon at this rate. Yeah, we're in 1995 in my universe. I started in 1991. I play out every single game. It's a labor of love for sure. Alright, runner on first. Nobody out for Bernard Gilkey, 1-1. Grounds it to first, and nope, that's gonna be. We only got the runner out at second base. That's a fielder's choice. Gilkey is safe at first on the play. Yep, I'm a dedicated man. So I started with version 9, right? And I was playing GM mode and everything, and I started to get pretty good at it, to the point where to challenge myself I had to make house rules and everything, and it got to the point where I had so many house rules that it wasn't fun to play anymore. So I decided to try manager only, and like it brought the game to into a different light completely for me. Like I fell in love with the mode. Not having control over like the players that I sign and everything, I found that the most challenging I could. Oh. With baseball, I typically don't play like current day. I have this historical sim, and I have a fictional universe that I created as well. Runner on first, 1 out for Rich Aurelia. The runner goes, and that's going to be another stolen base for the Cards. We are not on top of our game here, that's for sure. That's 20 stolen bases for Gilkey. So my fictional universe, I created four leagues with promotion and relegation and everything. But I don't stream that. I don't know. I'm not sure that people would like to watch fake players, but who knows. And Aurelia with a 2-2 count, singles to center, and that's another run for the Cards. Hey, that's exactly the name of my top league, the Premier League. Alright, Ray Langford, runner on first, 1 out, no count. Runner goes, another stolen base, that's 12 for Rich Aurelia. 2-1 to Langford. Yeah, I think we're gonna need to pull our pitcher here. That's a double for Langford. That scores another run, and it is now 6-0 for the Cards. I promise sometimes I win games. Just not this one, more than likely at least. Larry Walker. So I started in 1991, right? So Larry Walker was traded in 1991 in the worst trade I have ever seen in all of my years playing out of the park baseball. He was traded to the Cubs along with Barry Jones and cash for Russ McGinnis. You can look up Russ McGinnis. You probably never heard of him, so you can look him up like a Google search. Yeah, that's the worst trade I've ever seen. Now that I don't have that GM anymore, the current GM I have is actually decent. So he's made some good acquisitions and everything, but that GM was just trash. Alright, Cliff Floyd, runner in scoring position, 1 out, 1-1. That's out of here. Alright, we're done. Yeah, my GM got fooled because he had like a 4-star rating potential as a catcher, but yeah, that was crazy. It was a really bad trade. Alright, we're done with Miguel Batista. That's his worst start since I started this, really. Too bad that FJ's not here. I'm going to bring in Andy Hawkins on the mound. Alright, Andy Hawkins, freshly acquired from the Orioles, comes in and he is going to hopefully give us a few innings here. Chris Sabo's at the plate. There's 1 out. It's 8-0 for the Cards. 3-0 to Sabo. That's a base hit to right. Alright, opposite field single for Sabo. So it doesn't look like it matters whom I'm bringing up on the mound. It's going to be a massacre today at Olympic Stadium, apparently. Alright, Don Mattingly now. 1 out. Runner on first. 0-1. That's a base hit to center. Falls in front of Rivera. Oof, that's a tough game. Aldo Picorelli, 2 on, 1 out, no count. Oh, that's popped. We might actually get this one. Rivera gets it for out number 2. Benji Gill, full count. And he walks. The bases are juiced with 2 outs. So yeah, that trade was terrible, and that goes in line with what I was saying, that playing as a manager only is the most challenging mode you can find within this game, because I would never have traded Larry Walker for nothing. Alright, so bases loaded, 2 outs for Alan Watson, 1-1. Grounds it to second, and we get the 3rd out finally. Yeah, it's not for everybody. Relinquishing all control is absolutely not for everybody. If you think you can do it, go for it. It's a lot of fun, but it can be frustrating sometimes. Alright, so we're down 8-0. That is correct. The only control you have is who plays with the players you're given. John Kruk facing off against Alan Wood. And the GM is smart enough to always give you like a backup catcher, enough pitchers and everything. Like, you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. Like, it's smart enough to like put you at least, now you might not like the players you have, but you should have like enough players to cover all positions and backups for every position. Full count to John Kruk. Oh, that's a double in the gap there. Yep. And right now I'm like right in the middle of July too, so you know my GM might start to make some trades for the trade deadline and whatnot. So I don't know, like I don't know in 2 weeks worth of game time what my lineup is gonna look like. Alright, runner in scoring position, nobody out for Kent Herbeck. No count. Grounds it to second. He's thrown out at first. Kruk makes it to third on the play. Jody Reed with 1 out, runner on third. No count. That's it to center. Oh, that's above Cliff Floyd's head. That's going to score a run. Jody Reed is making it to second base with a stand-up double. Alright, and we get on the board. It is 8-1. That's how you start a comeback. You start clawing back into it. Alright, so 8-1. Now we have Andy Hawkins at the plate. I'm going to keep him in because I need to eat some innings. 0-1. And, oh my god. Oh, got robbed by Cliff Floyd. I thought it was going to be a single. So Cliff Floyd dives for the ball, catches it. That's out number 2. We still have a runner in scoring position. Now Luis Polonia is going to be the batter. 1-2. And he struck out swinging. Well, we did get a run, but we're still 7 down. So it is 8-1 for the Cards. Top of the third only going here. Bernard Gilkey, first one to face off against Andy Hawkins. 2-1. And that's going to be a single to right. Another really weak hit ball. And the Cards have a man on yet again. Rich Aurelia is next. Oh man, yeah. So did you make any trades yet or anything, or are you really just at the start of that franchise? Did you add some firepower to that roster? It's a Rich Aurelia, runner on first, nobody out, no count. Runner goes. Oh, finally we nailed him. All right. So now Aurelia with 1 out, 1-2. That's a base hit to center again. Ray Langford, runner on first, 1 out, 0-1. Oh god, and a bad throw and another steal. Why are they stealing so much against me? I guess my old runner rating is probably crap. Oh, Nomar at shortstop for the Rockies. That's going to be interesting to see the kind of power numbers he's going to be able to put up playing in Colorado. Alright, runner in scoring position, 1 out. Ray Langford, full count. And he walks. Ooh. So I was an Expos fan, but I was a pitcher in the little league, so I always had a thing for pitchers, and that Braves rotation in the 90s was making me salivate, even though they would kick our ass every time. Okay, no more playing second base. I can get behind it. Alright, so 2 on, 1 out for Cliff Floyd. No count. Runner goes. Oh, alright, so it was a double steal. We got the runner out at third. So now there's a runner in scoring position. There's 2 outs now. 2-1 to Cliff Floyd. That's going to be a base hit. Polonia gets the ball. It's going to be 9-1 for the Cards. Yeah, even Steve Avery, you can add Steve Avery to that. He wasn't as bad at all. Yeah, that was crazy. Greg Maddox was my favorite player in the majors when I was a kid. Even though he was playing for the enemy, he was just so dominant. He wasn't like a power pitcher. He was just so smart about mixing his pitches and everything. All right, runner on first, 2 outs for Chris Sabo, full count. Oh, and he strikes out. Alright, so the Cards get the run that I got back. We're still down 8. It's 9-1, bottom of the third here in Montreal. Delino the Shields leads off the bottom of the third for us. And he flies it to center. Yeah, I remember, like, early in his career, Greinke came out and said that he was dealing with, like, anxiety issues and everything, and but even nowadays you don't hear, like, athletes talking about that kind of stuff all that much. I tell you, it was really interesting that he was like, hey, you know what, I'm dealing with that stuff, and... Alright, 1-0 to Jeff King. Grounds it to short. That's an error on Rich Aurelia, I think. Yep, that's on Aurelia, so King is safe at first on the error. Ruben Rivera now. No count. Oh, that's going to be a double in the corner and right. Yeah, I mean, I can get it. I think he's kind of an introvert. At least that's the vibe that he gives off to me. And when you're an introvert, I'm an introvert. I know that it sounds weird because I'm here talking to strangers on the internet as I play a baseball game, but I'm like, I wouldn't be like as comfortable in person doing that. And I get it. When you're an introvert and you're put under the, you know, the lights and everything, it can be really draining. So I kind of get where he was coming from with that. All right, so 2 runners in scoring position, 1 out for Charles Johnson. We kind of need a good hit here. No count. And that's a pop to center that should be cut by Cliff Floyd. And it is. That is out number 2. It's going to be considered a sac fly, though. So we do get a run. It is 9-2. John Kruk now, 2 outs, runner in scoring position, full count. And he walks. All right, the inning is still alive here for the Expos. Who knows? All right, Kent Herbeck now. 2 on, 2 outs. 0-1. That's it to left. That should be the end of the inning. That's cut by Cliff Floyd, and that's out number 3. The Expos get another run back. We're still down 7. It's 9-2. All right, Don Mattingly is going to be the next batter for the Cards, top of the 4th. No count. And that's out number 1. He grounded to first. Aldo Picardi is next, 1-2. Yeah, in my university, played 1 year with my Expos. I had some very interesting players that played for the Expos over the course of what I'm doing here. Don Mattingly played 1 year for me. We acquired Ozzie Smith, of all people, at the trade deadline 1 year for a playoff push, but we didn't make it to the postseason. Like 2 outs now for Benji Gill, 2-2. And he struck out looking. All right, good inning for Andy Hawkins. Bottom of the 4th incoming. We're down 7. Jody Reed leading off against Alan Watson. 1-2. Oh, that's going to be a base hit to center. I do like to play historical. I liked the what ifs and the everything. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, what do I do with Andy Hawkins? I think he's able to go longer. I'm going to keep him in for 1 more inning. All right, bottom of the 4th. We have a runner on first, nobody out. Andy Hawkins is the batter. He's probably going to be bunting. 0-1. And he's bunting. And he's thrown out at first. That's a successful sacrifice hit. We have a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Luis Poloniel is now the batter. 0-2. Oh, that's a bad pitch. Oh, man. Especially doing it at 37. Yeah, Ricky Anderson was a player, like... he was pretty unique as a player. Like, the tools he had, you haven't seen that in many players towards the history of baseball. All right, runner on third for Luis Polonia now. 1-2. Come on, buddy. Grounds it to first. And he's out. That's out number 2. Oh, okay. Well, that's still pretty good to get MVP with those kinds of numbers at that age. All right, 2 outs with a runner on third now for the line with the Shields. 3-0. And he walks. Jeff King now, 1-0. Oh, that's it to right, and Gilkey is there. He catches it for out number 3. I don't know, man. Yeah, that's a lot. All right, we're gonna get Hawkins one more inning. All right, Alan Watson is now the batter for the Cards. Top of the fifth, we're still down 7, 2-1. That's a base hit to right. Not a great start to the inning here. Bernard Gilkey is next, 2-2. Grounds it to second. And that's a double play, folks. That's how you do it. Great defense. All right, Rich Aurelia now with 2 outs, 2-2. That's going to be a base hit to left. That was probably one of the weakest hit ball you have seen in a long time. All right, so Ray Langford, runner on first, 2 outs. No count. That's popped foul. Charles Johnson is there, catches it for out number 3. We are going into the bottom of the fifth, still down 7 here at Olympic Stadium. Ruben Rivera leads off the inning for us. No count. Grounds it to down the line in third. That goes through. That's a base hit for Rivera. That's actually going to be a double. All right, so double for Rivera. So a leadoff double for us. So do you stream as well? Like, do you stream Out of the Park baseball or anything? All right, runner in scoring position, nobody out for Charles Johnson. It's been a little bit of a tough season for Johnson compared to the past 2 seasons, 1 and 2. Okay, was just wondering. Have you streamed before? I mean, I don't have any tips to give, really. I'm a very super small streamer, but the only tip that I have is, you know, don't wait to have all of the perfect stuff and perfect setting. Just go for it whenever you want to do it. Just go. Don't wait to have the best camera, best mic, and everything. Just do it. All right, runner in scoring position, 1 out for John Kruk, 1 and 2. Oh, that's really well hit for John Kruk all the way to the fence in left center. That's going to score a run. That's a double for Kruk. It is 9-3. We are slowly coming back here. Very slowly. All right, Kent Urbeck now, runner in scoring position, 1 out, 0 and 2. And that's it to left, and that's going to be a base hit. Falls in front of the left fielder, Ray Langford. That's cool. I decided to start streaming because I was bored. I was unemployed for a while, not by choice. I got laid off right before COVID started. And during COVID, it was a little hard to find anything. Thankfully, I have a decent job now, but I was unemployed for a little bit, so yeah. All right, so Jody Reed now, runners on first and third, 1 out, 2 and 2. Oh, that's going to be a base hit to right. Jody Reed coming through here. That scores a run. It is now 9-4. All right, we're going to be pinch hitting for Andy Hawkins. All right. Oh, we don't have a lot of righties on the bench, so we're going to go with Brett Barbary. Yeah, it's all behind now. I have actually the best job I've ever had now, so. So it was kind of a blessing in disguise. You know, it didn't feel like it at the time, that's for sure. But now I have the best job I've ever had, so. All right, so 2 on, 1 out for Brett Barbary. Coming in as a pinch hitter, 2 and 2. Struck out swinging. Yeah, I have a couple friends that vouched for me to work for a pretty high IT job somewhere, and I end up doing quality assurance work, really, and I love it. All right, so Luis Polonia, 2 on, 2 outs. Come on, 1 and 2. That's a base hit to center. All right, could score a run. Come on. Little guy, nope, we're not sending him. All right, so bases juice, 2 outs for Delano the Shields. 0-1. Oh, that's a bad pitch. Free run. Woo! It is 9-5. All of a sudden, this game doesn't seem like it's so out of hand anymore. Alright. 2-2 to the Shields. That's a base hit to left center all the way to defense. That's gonna score 2. All of a sudden, it's gonna be 9-7. Look at us. A double for the Shields, and we're putting up a crooked number on the board. It is 9-7. Jeff King. Okay, they've had enough of Alan Watson. The Cards are bringing in Mark Clark in relief. Jeff King is going to be the first one to face off against him. Runner on second base. There's 2 outs. 1-1, sorry. Grounds it to short. And he's thrown out at first for out number 3, but we did get 5 runs back. Now it's a 2-run game, so we still have a shot in this one. It didn't look like that after inning number 2. I'm gonna keep Barbary in the game. He has decent defense. Alright, and I'm gonna... Who do I go with? I guess I'm gonna go with Ota. He can give me a couple innings if I need to. Alright, so Ota is now the pitcher for us. Cliff Lloyd is the batter. Top of the 6th. We are down 9-7. That's not a pitcher's duel today. Alright, no count to Cliff Lloyd. Grounds it to short. Jody Reed with the throw. That's out number 1. Chris Sabo is next. 2-2. Struck out looking. Alright. Don Mattingly now with 2 outs. 2-1. Mattingly is always really hard to strike out. Alright. And that's a base hit to center. Alright, so runner on first. 2 outs for Aldo Picorelli. No count. Oh, Mattingly's going. Yeah. Alright. I guess that was probably a hit and run that gone wrong. I don't think that Mattingly was like willingly stealing the base or attempting to steal the base. Alright, Ruben Rivera is now the batter, bottom of the 6th here. There's no... Mark Clark is still on the mound for the Cards. 3-1. And he walks. All right, leadoff walk here. Let's make them pay. And now we're getting into some lefties to face the righty right after Charles Johnson. All right, so Johnson runner on first, nobody out, no count. Oh, the runner goes, and Rivera is safe. That's his 15th stolen base. We have a runner in scoring position, nobody out, 1-1. Johnson hits it. Looks like it's gonna die in center field. That's cut for out number 1. The runner stays at second base on the play. John Kruk now, runner in scoring position, 1 out, 1-1. That's it to left. Dang. Looks like we had a great opportunity to get a run, and I'm not sure it's gonna happen now. There's 2 outs, and our runner is still on second base. Kent Herbeck is the batter. 2-0, good hitter count. But he grounds it to second, and he's thrown out. That is out number 3. We get a leadoff walk, a stolen base. We had a runner in scoring position with nobody out, and the runner did not even advance an inch. We are beating ourselves at this point. All right, so top of the 7th. We're still down 2 here in Montreal. Aldo Picorelli is leading off that inning for the Cards, 2-2. Grounds it to the pitcher. That's an error. Alright, Ota with a bad throw. So runner in scoring position, nobody out for Benji Gill. 0-2. Struck out looking. Alright, we'll take that for sure. Matt Stairs, former Montreal product as well, is coming in as a pinch hitter. No count. And we're just going to walk him. Alright, so that enacts the double play. 2 on, 1 out for Bernard Gilkey. 1-1. Grounds it to first. We only get the runner out at second base. Fielder's choice. There's 2 outs now. Runner on the extremities for Rich Aurelia. Come on, Ota, you can do it. 3-0, and he walks on 4 pitches. All right. Bases are loaded with 2 outs for Ray Langford. I don't have a lefty in the pen to bring in. I wish I did. That's the one thing my manager has screwed me over with, is he's taken out all of my lefties out of the pen. All right. Come on, Ota, you can do it. 1-0 to Langford. That's a bad pitch. That's a free run. It's going to be 10-7. 3-0 to Langford, and he walks. All right, bases are back to being loaded for Cliff Floyd. 1-1. That's it to center. All right, Rivera's there. He catches it for out number 3. The Cards get 1 more run on the pass ball, and it is 10-7 for the Cards. Bottom of the 7th incoming. Steve Crawford is now the pitcher for the Cards. Jody Reed, the batter. 2-1. Grounds it to the pitcher, and he's thrown out at first for out number 1. Yeah, they did. We're gonna need some late game heroics here. Brett Barbary now with 1 out. 1-2. Grounds it to second, and he's thrown out at first for out number 2. All right, Luis Polonia is the next batter. 1-2. Grounds it to second, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. That's a 1-2-3 inning we didn't need. Going into the top of the 8th, still down 3. All right, it's time to bring up. All right, let's bring up Tom Gordon. Should be a pretty solid. I should feel confident with him on the mound. Right, Chris Sable leading off the top of the 8th for the Cards. 0-2. Struck out swinging. All right. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game for Chris Sable. Don Mattingly with 1 out. 1-0. Grounds it to 3rd. Barbary with the throw. That's out number 2. Now Aldo Piccarilli with 2 outs, 1-1. Grounds it to second. That's a 1-2-3 inning. He is thrown out at first. Bottom of the 8th incoming. Crawford still on the mound for the Cards. The Shields is going to be the batter. 0-2. That's it to the pitcher. And he is thrown out at first for out number 1. All right, we're going to use a pinch hitter for Tom Gordon. We're going to go with Curtis Pride. Right, Curtis Pride comes in as a pinch hitter with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. No count to Curtis Pride. That's going to be a... What was that? I thought it was going to be a base hit. I don't know what that animation was. It looked like somebody that was tripping, somebody that was drunk and tripping over their shoelaces or something. Nonetheless, that's an out, so there's 2 outs now. And now Ruben Rivera is going to be the batter with 2 outs, 2-2. We're starting to run out of outs here. That's a pup. And that's cut there by Aurelia for out number 3. So we're going to need some 9th inning miracles to happen if we want to win this game. All right, we're going to go with Steve Olin. All right, Steve Olin comes in, facing off against Benji Gill, top of the 9th. The Cards are up 10-7, 1-2. Yeah, it was really strange. Grounds it to 3rd. That's out number 1. Benito Santiago comes in as a pinch hitter. I don't do pitcher warm-up. since I'm streaming and everything, I'm cutting corners in certain areas, or else it would take forever just to play one game. So another thing that I do is I don't do the strategies in game. I let the computer, so I have my players and team strategies set to what I like for each player and the team in general, and I let the computer handle that, or else, you know, I don't want to be shifting or whatever, you know, every at bat. It would take forever. Right, Benito Santiago now comes in as a pinch hitter, 1-1. And that's going to be a base hit to right. So Santiago comes in as a pinch hitter and gets a base hit. Bernard Gilkey with a runner on, 1 out. No count. Grounds it to the pitcher. All right, so we're going to get him out at first for out number 2. On the play, Santiago makes it to second base. Yeah, I mean, I like that the option is there, but for what I do, it's probably better for me to, like, cut some corners. I mean, who wants to see me go through the menus, like, for hours just to... It's a little much. All right, 1-2 to Aurelia. Struck out swinging. All right, so do we have it in us to have a 4-run inning in the bottom of the 9th? Oh, I think the Cards have Kurt Schilling as their closer. They sure do. So in my universe, Kurt Schilling never developed as a starter. He's a closer. So Kurt Schilling is now going to try to close this game for the Cards. A 3-run lead for them. Bottom of the 9th, Charles Johnson comes in. 1-1. It's it to right. Gilkey is there. That's out number 1. John Kruk is next. 1-2. Grounds it to first. And he's out for out number 2. Kent Turbeck now. 1-2. Oh, that's a base hit to center. The Opes are still alive. Alright, so runner on first. 2 outs for Jody Reed. Yeah, usually I would go for a pinch hitter, but Jody Reed is 3 for 4, so you don't pinch hit for a guy that's 3 for 4. So runner on first, 2 outs, 1-1. And that's a base hit. Alright. So we have 2 runners on now, 2 outs. I'm not counting on Brett Barbary to get me a... I'm not counting on Brett Barbary to get me a home run now. Who knows? He doesn't have one this season. That would be a great time for him to get his first one. I don't really have a better bat that can... And I don't really have anybody else that can play third base at this point. So I'm going to need to just go with Brett Barbary and sacrifice a baby unicorn in the corner here that you cannot see or something. All right, so 2 on, 2 outs for Brett Barbary, 2-0. Oh dear God, did he do it? We have a tight game, folks. Brett Barbary ties the game with a 3-run blast. I'm glad because those unicorns are hard to find. Man, alright, so we have a 10-10 game. 2 outs now for Luis Polonia. 2-2. That's it to center. And that's cut there for out number 3. We are having extra baseball, folks. We are going into the top of the 10th. Yeah, I know. Brett Barbary of all people. I'm gonna have Olin pitch this inning because he's coming in and yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, so top of the 10th, Ray Langford is leading off for the Cards. It is the 90s. It is okay for a reliever to pitch more than 1 inning. 2-1. Yeah, that's not something I have seen very often. That was pretty awesome. All right, that was out number 1. Cliff Floyd now. Full count to him. Struck out swinging. Oh, awesome by Steve Olin here. Dimitri Young comes in as a pinch hitter. 2-2. Come on, Olin, you can do it. Oh, that's a base hit to right. That's okay. That's okay. We're still in it. We're still doing good. All right, Don Mattingly now. 2-2 to him. He grounds it to second, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. All right, bottom of the 10th. Do we have some more heroics in us? All right, Delino the Shields comes in. Dan Misili is now on the mound for the Cards. Bottom of the 10th. Delino the Shields, the batter. 1-1. Oh my, that's really well hit all the way to the fence in center right. Oh, that's a leadoff triple for the Shields with nobody out. We have a good shot here. Oh yeah, let's bring in the pinch hitter. No, that's a triple, man. All right. Oh my god, I'm gonna give this guy a chance at heroic. So Quinn Mack was recalled not too long ago. He still doesn't have a major league at bat. I'm feeling it. I'm going with Quinn Mack as a pinch hitter. Alright, Quinn Mack now at the plate. First Major League Baseball appearance. A runner on third, nobody out. 1-1. Grounds it to first. Oh no! They got the Shields out at home. No! We were over aggressive here. Alright. Alright, so runner on first, 1 out for Ruben Rivera. 2-0. Oh. Alright, that's a double in left. Quinn Mack runs. That's a triple for Ruben Rivera, and we won the game. Oh my god. It didn't feel like I had a shot at winning that when I was in the second inning. Now, did it? Whew. Yes! That was a pretty awesome game. If there's a game that I needed to stream, I would say that was probably that one. That was an insane comeback. Don't expect that every game. Don't expect that every single game. Look at that graph. It was a really fun game. I really liked it. Alright, let's go ahead and advance one day here. Alright, so the Indians... Oh, sorry, Guardians, I guess. Oh! So I converted my game from 22 to 23, and it didn't fix the names of the Guardians. It's still called the Indians, so I am not going to spark that debate or anything. Alright, so Manny Ramirez is hurt, so he's going to miss 4 or 5 weeks with a knee sprain. That's going to hurt Cleveland for sure. Alright, so now we're going to play game 2 out of 2 of this 2-game series against the Cards. Yeah, but it's been changed in the new game. Like, if you go and check into your Rockies save, I'm pretty sure that they're going to be called the Guardians. That was a huge debate on their forums about that. Alright, so... I'm pretty sure that it's changed in historical too. I'm pretty sure. If you have the game up, go and check. Actually, you could confirm for me. Maybe I'm wrong. That's the feeling that I got. Okay, alright, we're good. My bad. Alright, so we're going to be facing off against Tom Browning for game number 2. Another lefty. He's 7-10 on the season. We're going to be sending Carlos Perez, who's been struggling this season. He's 2-8. So let's see if we can win game number 2. That was one heck of a game last time out. I think I'm going to keep my lineup. I mean, you can't really go wrong with a lineup that just did what it did. The cards are going to go with Bernard Gilkey batting first. He's in right field. Rich Aurelia, the shortstop, is going to be batting second. Ray Langford in left field is going to be batting third. Cliff Floyd in center field is batting cleanup today. Chris Sabo at third base is going to be batting fifth. Don Mattingly playing first base. He's going to be batting sixth. Benito Santiago, the catcher, batting seventh. And Benji Gill batting eighth. He is playing at second base. So basically the exact same lineup, except that Benito Santiago draws back into the lineup for the Cards. Alright, let's get this thing going. Alright, so Bernard Gilkey leading off here against Carlos Perez, and oh, go Expos! Oh my god, that was a crazy game last night. That's 15-year-old me or whatever. Play ball. No count to Gilkey. Now, one thing with Carlos Perez that's a constant over all the games I play with him, he is almost incapable of getting a 1-2-3 inning. There's a lot of base runners going on in his starts. And Gilkey grounds it to short, and that's out number one. Rich Aurelia is next, 1-2. Struck out swinging. 2 outs for Ray Langford, full count. Grounds it to first, and he is out. So, of course, because I said that Carlos Perez almost never gets a 1-2-3 inning, he does get a 1-2-3 inning. Reverse psychology, and that works. At bottom of the first, the line of the Shields facing off against Tom Browning. No count to the Shields. It's at the center, and that's cut there by Cliff Floyd for out number one. Jeff King is next, 0-2. Oh, struck out looking there. Not great. Right, Ruben Rivera with 2 outs, 2-2. Grounds it to the pitcher, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. All right, the Expos also go down 1-2-3, top of the second incoming. No score here at Olympic Stadium. Cliff Floyd leading off the top of the second for the Cards. No count to him. That's going to be a base hit to right, and it's going to be extra bases all the way to the fence. John Kruk is there. That's going to be a double for Cliff Floyd, so leadoff double for the Cards. Runner in scoring position, nobody out for Chris Sabo. 1-2. That's it to center. That's going to be a base hit. That should score a run. And it does. It is a 1-0 game for the Cards. 1 on, nobody out for Don Mattingly. No count to him. That's it to left. And that's going to fall in front of Polonia for a base hit. On the play, Sabo makes it to third base. So we have runners on first and third with nobody out. Benito Santiago is the next batter. No count. Grounds it to first. Oh, we cannot get the double play, so the run scores. It's 2-0. And there's 1 out now. Runner on first for Benji Gill. 0-2 to him. Grounds it to third. And that's a double play to end the inning. However, the Cards get on the board first. It is 2-0 St. Louis here in Montreal. Bottom of the second, leading off with Charles Johnson for us. Full count. And he walks. Leadoff walk for the Expos. Right, runner on first, nobody out for John Kruk. 2-1. Oh, that's it really well, all the way to left center, all the way to the fence. Is that deep enough to score a run? Nope, he got nailed at home. We don't score on it. Right, so it's a double for John Kruk, but we got taken out at the plate. It is still 2-0 for St. Louis. Kent Urbeck is next. 0-2. That's it to right, pretty much right at Bernard Gilkey. That's out number 2. Jody Reed needs to come through here for us. 1-0. We need to base it. And we get it. All Alright, that's a double for Jody Reed. That scores a run. It is 2-1 for the Expos. For the Cards, sorry, we're losing. I want to be winning, but we're not. Carlos Perez now, 2 outs, runner in scoring position. 1-1. Grounds it to second. He's thrown out for out number 3. The Expos get a run back. It is a 1-run game. Top of the third incoming. We're down 2-1 here in Montreal. Tom Browning leading off the third for the Cards. 1-1 to him. Grounds it to second. He's thrown out at first for out number 1. Bernard Gilkey is next. 0-2. Struck out swinging. Rich Aurelio with 2 outs. Full count. That's a base hit to right. Falls in front of John Kruk. Alright, runner on first, 2 outs for Ray Langford. 3-1. And he walks. Alright, so 2 on, 2 outs for Cliff Lloyd. 0-2. Struck out swinging. Alright, Carlos Perez gets out of that. Bottom of the third incoming. Luis Polonia leads off. 1-0. Tried to bunt, but he missed. 1-1. Grounds it to short. He's thrown out at first for out number 1. Delino De Shields is next. 2-2. Struck out swinging. 2 outs for Jeff King. 0-1. Rounds it to short. And he's thrown out at first for out number 3. Alright, 1-2-3 inning. Top of the fourth. Chris Sabo is the batter. 0-1. Grounds it to third. Jeff King with the throw. That's out number 1. Don Mattingly now. 0-1. Grounds it to second. De Shields with the ball. That's out number 2. 2 quick outs here. Now Benito Santiago is the batter. 0-2. Grounds it to third. And he's thrown out at first for out number 3. 1-2-3 inning again. This game is going a lot faster than the previous one. Ruben Rivera facing off against Tom Browning. Bottom of the fourth. Down 1. 3-0. Oh, that's a base hit to right all the way to the fence. Ruben Rivera runs. And Bernard Gilkey with the magic tricks here. He teleported through a wall. And it's a triple for Ruben Rivera. So we have a leadoff triple. Charles Johnson is the batter. There's nobody out. A deep fly ball somewhere. Scores a run. Oh, base hit is even better. 0-1. That's neither. That's a pop fly to, well, not really deep in left. That's cut for out number 1. John Kruk is next. 2-1. Grounds it to third. Alright, they're gonna get Kruk out at first. We scored the tying run, so we have a 2-2 game now. There's 2 outs, however, for the Expos. Kenterbeck next. 2-2 to him. Grounds it to second, and he is thrown out at first for out number 3. The Expos managed to tie the game. It is now 2-2. All right, Benji Gill leading off the 5th for the Cards. Oops, sorry. There we go. 0-2. Grounds it to first. Urbeck to Carlos Perez. That's out number 1. Tom Browning now. Full count. Oh, we walked the opposing pitcher. That's always a no-no. Runner on first, 1 out for Bernard Gilkey. 1-2. Struck out swinging. Rich Aurelio with 2 outs. 2-0. Grounds it to short. We go the short route to second base. That's out number 3. We're going into the bottom of the 5th. Still tied here at Olympic Stadium. Jody Reed leads off the bottom of the 5th for us. Full count. Jody Reed with a very good game last game. And he draws a walk. So lead-off walk. Now Carlos Perez is the batter. I'm going to keep him in the game. He's not pitching that poorly. No count. And he bunts. That's a sacrifice hit. So now we have one out, but we have a runner in scoring position for Luis Polonia. 1-1. Oh, that's a base hit to left. I believe that's going to score a run, and it does. So Polonia with the stand-up double, and we are now up 3-2. That's our first lead of the game. Runner in scoring position, one out for the line with the Shields, 1-2. And he strikes out swinging. Tough game for the Shields. That's his second strikeout today. He doesn't usually strike out all that much. Jeff King now with 2 outs. We have a runner in scoring position, 1-1. Grounds it to third. And he's thrown out at first for out number 3. The Expos do get a run, though. And we are up 3-2. Top of the 6th incoming, Ray Langford leading off for the Cards. No count. And he tries to bunt himself on, and he managed to do it. That is an infield single. Infield single. Cliff Floyd now. No count. And that's... Oh, yeah, that's true. Those are new. That never happened in the previous game version where the ball eluded the catcher, but it was close enough for the runner to not go. So that's the second time I've seen that. All right, 3-1. Oh, that's a base hit to right. That's not good. So now there's runners on the extremities. There's nobody out. And Chris Sabo is the batter. 2-0. That's it to center. I think that's going to be deep enough. Rivera's there, catches it. And we have a tight game. That's a sac fly. All right, so it's 3-3. It's not the end of the world, as long as we stop that ear. Runner on first, one out. Don Mattingly is now the batter. No count. Grounds it to first. Oh my god, that's gonna be an infield single. Oh. Okay, no, okay. Sorry. We got the Mattingly out at first, and then we tried to convert that into a double play, and we didn't. So there's a runner. I thought that Mattingly was safe on that. He was not. So, runner in scoring position, 2 outs now for Benito Santiago. No count. Grounds it to the pitcher. And he's thrown out at first for out number 3. Cards managed to tie the game. We're going into the bottom of the 6th within a 3-3 game. Right, Ruben Rivera. He's kind of on fire right now, so come on and do something. 2-2. And he struck out swinging. That's not something. Charles Johnson. Full count. And he walks. All right. We'll take it. That's the second walk for Charles Johnson, I believe. John Kruk is the batter now. Sorry, my voice is my voice is starting to be telling me that it's about time that this game ends, I think. 1-2 to John Kruk. And he struck out looking. Alright, 2 outs now for Kent Herbeck. 0-2. Struck out swinging. Dang, man. Alright. Benji Gill, top of the 7th. 2-0. Oh, that's a base hit to center right in front of Rivera. Cards have a base runner. Brian Jordan comes in as a pinch hitter for the Cards. Runner on first, nobody out. 0-1. Oh, the runner goes, and we got Benji Gill out trying to steal. So there's 1 out all of a sudden. 1-2 to Jordan. Grounds it to second. The Shields with the throw. 2 outs all of a sudden. So what looked like a potential decent inning for the Cards turns out to be 2 quick outs. No count to Bernard Gilkey. Oh, that's going to be an infield single. Alright, so infield single for Bernard Gilkey. Now Rich Aurelia is next. No count. And Gilkey goes, and he's nailed. That's out number 3. Take that. Bottom of the 7th incoming. Alright, Jody Reed leading off here against Mark Guthrie. So Mark Guthrie starts off as a reliever here. Yeah, he only has 19 stamina so far. 1 and 2. Struck out swinging, dang. Alright, we're gonna pinch it for Carlos Perez. Let's bring the hero from last game, shall we? Well, one of the heroes, I guess. Brett Barbary comes in as a pinch hitter to face off against Guthrie. 1 out. Bottom of the 7th. We're tied at 3, 2 and 1 to Barbary. And that's going to be a base hit to center. Alright, Barbary here being the unsung hero or the hero for this stream. Luis Polonia is the next batter, runner on first. 1 out. 1 and 0. Grounds it too short. They get Barbary out at second base, but Polonia is safe at first, so there's 2 outs for Delino the Shields. Come on, man. 2 and 2. Grounds it to second. He's thrown out at first for out number 3. We're heading into the top of the 8th. We are still tied at 3. Let's see here. I'm gonna go with Tom Gordon. I don't know if Jero Nollet is there. He's probably thinking bring John Duris, but I'll go with Tom Gordon. Matt Stairs comes in as a pinch hitter for the Cards. Top of the 8th. Full count. And he walks. Alright, Tom Gordon with the walk to start here. Ray Langford, running on first, nobody out. Full count. Oh, that's it to center. Rivera's there, catches it for out number 1. Cliff Floyd now, 1 and 1. Oh, maybe I should have gone with John Duris after all. That's a 2-run blast for Ray Langford. Alright, so yes and no. So I never really had a team after the Expos moved, as I am down 5-3 in this game. I still watch baseball, but I was like a teamless fan, I guess. I watched the Cards a little bit because I have a friend over here that's a huge fan. I never got to the part where I was a fan of the Cards. Also followed the Padres a little bit. Now I'm following the Blue Jays a little bit. Thing is that my provider is T-Mobile, so T-Mobile gives free MLB TV subscriptions for the year, which is pretty awesome. And I do a lot of overtime for my work, and I can do it from home. So usually what I do is I just put my work laptop in front of my giant screen here, and I kind of just watch the Blue Jays as I'm working and everything. So I'm not really following a team per se, but the team that I do watch when I do my overtime is the Blue Jays, if that counts. Thing is that I was usually always watching National League teams because I'm old. I guess I'm an old soul. I really do not like the DH, but now that there's a DH in both leagues, I guess it doesn't matter anymore. So I'm following the Blue Jays. I think they have a pretty interesting team this year, so that's the team I watch. Alright, 5-3 for the Cards, top of the 8th. Chris Sabo, the batter. There's 1 out, 2 and 2. Tom Gordon that allowed a rare home run, and Sabo strikes out for out number 2. Yeah, absolutely. Not a fan. I'm not somebody that's usually like super resistant to change per se, but that was the one thing I really liked about the National League is that they didn't have a DH. I was a pitcher in the little leagues, so I think that might have influenced that you know, I always liked the prospect of the pitcher coming to bat or, you know, whatever. So yeah. Alright, 2 outs for Don Mattingly, 1 and 1. And that's a base hit to left. So Tom Gordon kind of struggling here in relief. Benito Santiago with 2 outs, 2 and 0. That's it to right all the way there, and that's Kruk catching the ball for out number 3. So the Cards get a 2-run blast. They are now up 5-3, going into the bottom of the 8th. Mark Guthrie still on the mound for the Cards. Jeff King comes in as a pinch hitter. Not pinch hitter, as a batter, 1 and 2. That's it to center, and that's cut there by Cliff Floyd for out number 1. Ruben Rivera is next, 1 and 1. Grounds it to second, and that's going to be an infield single. Alright, so runner on first, 1 out for Charles Johnson. Full count. And he walks again. I think that's his third. I think it's his third walk of the game. So 2 on, 1 out for John Kruk. Oh, they're bringing in the righty to face off against John Kruk. Make them pay, Mr. Mulleted Man. 2 on, 1 out for Kruk. 3 and 1. He's had a couple good games. And he walks. Bases are loaded for Ken Turbeck, folks. Are we gonna have some more heroics in game number 2 of that series? 1 and 2 to Herbeck. Oh, it's it to Weekly to short. So they get the runner out at home. Herbeck is safe at first, so at least we avoid the double play. But there's 2 outs now, bases loaded. We need a base hit from Jody Reed, who already has a hit today. I'm keeping him in. I trust Jody. 2 outs, bases loaded. 2 and 2. That's it to right. Oh, that's not deep enough. Nope, that's cut by Gilkey for out number 3. My option as a pinch hitter was pretty much Walt Wise. So, yeah. All right. I'm going to bring in John Duris now. Yeah, exactly. That's why I went with Jody Reed. Sometimes I prefer to match up lefty against righty and everything, but I guess I could have gone with Curtis Pride. He's a little bit better, but then I'm burning up 2 guys for 1 spot. Right, John Duris is on the mound, as we like to call it, John Duris Redemption. Benji Gill is the batter. Top of the 9th, we're down 2. 0-2 to Benji Gill. Struck out swinging. 1 point for the John Duris Redemption ledger. Dimitri Young is now the pinch hitter for the Cards. 2 and 2. That's it to right. And that's cut by John Kruk for out number 2. Bernard Gilkey is now the batter. 2 outs, no count. Grounds it to third. That goes through. That's going to be a base hit. And that's a double for Bernard Gilkey. So the inning is still alive for the Cards. There's 2 outs, top of the 9th. Reggie Sanders now comes in. So Matt Stairs had pinched it for Rich Aurelia, and now Reggie Sanders plays shortstop. 2 and 1. That's it to right. John Kruk after it. And that's above his head. John Kruk playing the same tricks as Bernard Gilkey with teleportation through the wall. I wish I knew that trick. Could be useful sometimes. It is a 6-3 game. As Reggie Sanders gets a triple. Ray Langford now. 2 outs, runner on third. Full count. Grounds it to second. And he's thrown out at first for out number 3. So not a full-blown John Duris redemption here. Alright, pinch hitter time. So Ben Blake comes in a save situation. I guess they are not trusting Kurt Schilling after what happened in the previous game. I'm going to go with Curtis Pride as my pinch hitter. So I like my team. My bench is a little weak. I wish my bench was a little bit better. Alright, Curtis Pride comes in. 0-2. And he struck out looking. That ain't great. Luis Polonia now. No count. Oh, that's a base hit all the way to the fence and left. That's going to be extra bases for Polonia. That's a stand-up double for Polonia, so we have a runner in scoring position, 1 out. We're down 3. We have the Shields coming into the plate. He's hungry. He's 0 for 4. So he wants a hit. I want for him to have a hit. 1 and 2. Oh, that's a bad pitch. But the runner doesn't advance. The ball wasn't far enough. 2 and 2 now to the Shields. And he struck out again. What the hell? Jeff King is also 0 for 4. We're gonna try to improvise here. Let's bring in... Oh dear God, I don't want to bring in Walt twice. Let's give an at-bat to Quinn Mack again. Alright, we're bringing in the lefty to face off against Ben Blake. We're down 3 runs, runner in scoring position, 2 outs. Quinn Mack comes in as a pinch hitter, 2 and 1. Grounds it to first. And that's the end of the game, folks. We lost the second game of this series, 6-3. We didn't have the same kind of emotion after the complete eye we had last night, after last games. Look at all those little robots walking in perfect line. Know your place in the rank. No comeback this time. I guess, you know, if you come back every single game, it doesn't feel special anymore. We're going to go ahead and leave the game here. All right, so there's no news as of now. Let's go ahead and finish today. Ooh, look at that. We lost Steve Olin. Steve Olin was sent down to AAA. And we're getting Jose Sosa as a replacement in the pen. All right, and then there's been a trade between the Marlins and the Brewers. All right, so the Marlins traded Alejandro Pena to the Brewers for Jason Zimbauer. Yeah, not that great of a trade. I mean, Alejandro Pena is still pretty decent as a pitcher, but I don't know that. Is that really the best they could get? Jason Zimbauer, a 2-star potential pitcher. I would have to give the upper hand to the Brewers for that one. Looks like they fleeced Florida, at least on paper. You never know. Maybe the pitcher is gonna develop to be pretty decent, but I've never heard of him, and his potential is not that great, so I wouldn't put money on that. All right, let's go ahead and make a quick save here before we look at a couple things. All right, so we were given a new pitcher, so we're gonna need to look what we want to do with that. I think that's a time where we're trying to put John Duris as a setup pitcher again. And then Jose Sosa, how much stamina do you have? 60. Yeah, you're just a regular middle relief guy. There you go. Now I like to come here and also check my transaction log to see okay. All right. I like to check at that because sometimes there's small trades that are made that you're not being told about. So wanted to make sure, or signings. Like I never saw that we signed Walt twice until he was put on my team. So all right, so that's gonna be it for me today, folks. As usual, I want to thank you for tuning in today. We were treated to a really awesome first game, really awesome comeback. Thanks to Justin 2 Games to keeping me company pretty much the entire time. It was nice for you to stop by. You're always welcome here. And hey, thank you for joining. Always welcome here. And if you're catching this on YouTube later, of course, if you like the video, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, all of that good stuff. And until I roll this game again, I'll see you folks next time. Thank you.